Okay, ladies, let's go. Winner bracket final. Last minute sweep going up against Team Celeb. And on the right side of the map, we have our red team. They've actually done pretty well so far. I mean, both of them have actually done an excellent job. We hear the North American playoffs for Division S North America Season 2. And on the left side, Tiger JK on Liming for Celeb Gaming. We have Leon Black on Diablo, Mokka on Greymane, Vespertine on Urel, Hebe on Stukov. On the right side of the map, Farts on Reyna, Nintori on Johanna, Destructible on Lucio, Flyest Raven on Malthael, and Carbon is playing Maiev. So as usual, the early information, Zul is banned because his jailers were actually bugged. And, well, that's also the reason why we're currently still running around with this UI over here. But in case that you were hoping for a little bit of Zul play, he was bugged during the entire tournament. And therefore, we don't get any Zul games with the recent rework. Outside of that, though, we are on the current patch. So with that said, let's check this out. Level 1 choice actually, Ace in the hole for Jimmy. On this map, no bosses and therefore no exterminator. Diablo already down. Quick kill from Malthael, nicely done. And that's a good start for last minute sweep. And they had a couple of last minute sweeps already throughout this tournament. I mean, they don't have that name for nothing. Down here, it seems like we might even see a second victim. And yes, Tiger JK goes down. So yeah, that's pretty much of a toothless tiger right there. Immediately dropped, and that's 2 kills against 0. Definitely a good opening for the red team here. Nicely done. And let's see if they have a bit more at this point. In the middle of the map, there's already our 2 tanks going up against each other. Johanna sitting there tight. Of course, the camps are now up, and with the pumpkin camps here, it seems like we see a bit of an invade. The aggressive stance from the red team as they're invading hard. Damn. What kind of opening is that? They're taking 2 kills and they're taking the camp away? I mean, careful boys, these kids are coming for your lunch money. They're going in there stealing just everything here. Okay, so now a little bit of an aggression in the mid lane as they're trying to make a gank happen against Malthael. That's not gonna work. And the remaining heroes of the red team are now heading over to take their own pumpkin camp after they just escorted the opponent's camp into the blue team's towers. So, pretty solid start. Last minute sweep coming out swinging here. But of course, this is a best of 5 series, and even in game number 1, I mean, if there is a comeback map at any point in Heroes of the Storm, then it is probably Towers of Boom. So, down to the bottom of the map, Jimmy is already, yeah, Jimmy's playing it safe. He knows there's a rotation coming, so he needs to be careful. Stukov is, by the way, back. The disease spread is definitely true. I mean, honestly, he is spreading this pathogen faster than the coronavirus. It's pretty impressive. We've seen some incredible Stukov plays, actually, recently. And, well, Hebe has locked Stukov in more than once now. Maiev is down, and there's the counter kill. The first one for the blue team. So they are doing pretty well at this point. They're currently looking, yeah, Triumpher as level 4 talent. But it's a little bit even right now. We had the red team coming out swinging in the early game. Now at least a bit of momentum for the blue team, for Team Celeb Gaming as they get the kill just as the objective spawns. That's going to help them a bit. Top left, top right. Usually the exchange in the first altar phase and then the fight for the bottom of the map. But maybe we're going to see a bit of a move away from the traditional setup here. Time will tell, but right now it seems like this is exactly what happens. Maiev needs to sit tight in the middle to soak the experience as Malthael channels the top right. But we also have Urel, of course, on their own altar, and now it's all about the bottom middle. Shots exchanged, and off we go. Nobody looking at level 7 yet. Both of the teams still set on level 6 here. And at this point, there's obviously a bit of an opportunity to maybe lock someone in. I mean, we have a couple of stuns available for both teams. I would say just now, probably a little bit better for the blue team if they get a wall stun with Diablo through. But once the Virulent Reaction is ready for Stukov, things will definitely change a little bit. They're going to have way more lockdown for themselves. Of course, on the red team side, we're waiting for the Blessed Shield in particular. It can really, really help out here. And you have always Maiev. I mean, Maiev can come in, set the tether up. Later on, maybe even use the cage, unless they decide to go into the disc. And here's already a pretty nice silence setup. But everybody's starting to fall a bit low, especially the red team. And that could be a reset for Liming, and that's the ones that you do not want to have. But instead, they are the ones losing heroes one after another. Liming dishing out the damage, Maiev down, Johanna down, and that's the lead for the blue team now on the hit points on the core. Another 4 shots fired. Here we go. And the fight continues in the middle as they're looking for another victim. Malthael and Diablo just going at each other's throat. And the Space Goat is in trouble too. Vespertine on Urel is barely able to move away from this one. Yeah, of course, Calamity on level 4. Again, diabolic momentum for Diablo. And with the level 7 talents, we have pretty much normal choices here. It seems like, at least for Malthael, we're going to see Tormented Souls again in this game. Seen this a lot more. You still see Last Rites, but it's not as dominant anymore as it previously has been. And well, let's have a bit of a look, especially what comes once we are looking at level 10 abilities, because there's a bit of combo potential, of course, too. Especially on Diablo's side, I still expect Apocalypse. Lightning Breath is usually something you more so see when we are going into Infernal Shrines, but it's definitely a possibility here. So it's not like he doesn't have any opportunities to use that talent. Silence already out, Lurking Up is being used, Mokka is already jumping in. Every time I see this guy, I want a cappuccino. Every time. It's honestly not funny anymore. I mean, I honestly think we should start a petition to rename him. There needs to be a rename somehow. There's a tether though. Greymane gets sucked back in. Our 2 offlaners are rotating between the lanes, and now with the objective spawning top left, top right, that's usually just an exchange. I mean, again, I would expect that Urella's going to make her way over to the left side eventually. Usually there's not really a big fight happening there. She needs to catch the experience first. Malthael is on its way in just a few seconds. Alta's obviously spawning in another 10. And here we go. Farts needs to be cautious too. I mean, as Reyna, usually the rule of thumb is always attack the closest targets. Like, Plastic League Reyners, one of the mistakes that they usually make is that they feel they need to attack the opponent's damage dealer or support all the time, so they're trying to get closer and closer to the action so that they can hit the backline, and that's usually the biggest mistake that you can make. The rule of thumb is just attack the closest targets that you have, stay safe as much as you can, and if you get an opportunity to find a good angle to go into the back, then yes, do that, but generally speaking, you want to stay at a distance so that the tank can't engage upon you, since you don't really have a lot of tools to save yourself. With the small exception of you actually heading into a good penetrating round when the engage comes. That didn't work out, by the way. Yeah, Diablo already playing around the Apocalypse, but the setup didn't quite work as intended. It was a good shove from Stukov initially, but now we have level 10 on both sides, and Last Rites gets picked. Last Rites, we have the Cage in play, and also Blessed Shield as usual on Johanna, as they're already starting to jump in right here. Tether, and yeah, that could be a Last Rites kill. It's close, and it's in. Nice, the sound barrier. Good move from Lucio. I'm not 100% sure that Fly's Raven gets away. Actually, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh, well played. Good job by Lucio, and they even get Stukov now. Nicely done. 4 kills against 3, and the first stack, of course, for Malthael as well. So his cooldown on the Last Rites is already reset a little bit. I kinda like it. So, we have double altar coming up on the map. Already the camps are taken again. Both teams going for the pumpkins here. And, well, it seems like there's not going to be any invade. The problem is that Lucio is pretty much alone over here, and he's just like, help! Team, help! And finally, we have a couple of people jumping in to help him out. Definitely took their sweet time to do that. If the blue team would have invaded, it could have been problematic, but, well, they didn't. Urel was still at the top, Malthael was close. Wasn't really an opportunity. Tiger JK, there's the flashlight to interrupt them once. The big shove is coming out. And it seems like Li Ming gets the channel. Nice. But in the middle of the map, the same has happened for the red team. So again, even exchange in bell towers. But that's not going to hold on for too much longer, guys. Soon we're going to have the triple altar phase starting up again. And then we're definitely talking about elite one way or another. 28 against 24 right now. Another setup against Diablo. Oh, the tether. Malthael isn't here for the Last Rites. He's sitting at the top, but the kill is still in as Carbon comes through and takes Dibbles down. Lord of Terror, my ass. A scared kitty cat is more like it. I mean, this is not the second or third time that he already died. He is getting bullied around at this point. So now we have already a trap being set up. They were hoping for rotation, which hasn't really come just yet. It's the Chinese bush meta all over again. The problem is that nobody is trying to run into that bush. The flank, on the other hand, is now pretty sweet, and they go straight in for Mokka, and he is dead. And there's also another kill. Last Rites was also used for it, so that's a second stack for his level 10. And thanks to the Hyperion, they can now take the bottom bell tower. Momentum, ladies and gentlemen. Last minute sweep is ready to sweep once more. They're moving straight down through the bottom bell tower, converting it and taking a big lead in this game now. Not only heavily ahead in kills, but ahead in experience and also ahead in bell towers. Now, granted, if you look at the hit points on the core side, then they are slightly behind, but as I explained a bit earlier, this is more of a comeback map. If you have control in the late game, that's usually what wins you the game one way or another, and that's exactly what they're opting for right now as we're watching this. So already Carbon sitting in the middle of the map. Flyer's Draven is already going to start to fly around here too. And at the bottom of the map, Tiger, JK and Mokka already trying to take this back. The damage is in, but the red team is ready to defend it. Lulcio is now lulling around at the bottom of the map in the attempt to channel the altar. There's nobody interrupting him, so there's absolutely zero threat of anything happening here. And that's another 5 shots fired, 23 to 24 points. Bit of an attack at the top though. And oh, yes, that Raven is still pretty fly. Alright. Flyest Raven gets out. At the bottom of the map, well, there's another pumpkin camp that has now been taken, and that needs to be defended against. If these bad boys make it through to the death zone, then obviously it's going to be another 3 shots fired. Tiger JK, blessed shield, and yeah, gets out. Clutch though. Very, very clutch. Kind of happy that he has Illusionist at this point. So yeah, makes the distance and is able to jump away from this one. Urel is, by the way, now coming in too. Ready to jump in from the side. The Space Goat ready to rumble. Malthel is also on his way after he has squatted another way through the middle. Straight into the bell tower. Putting some damage onto the wall. And they're waiting for level 16 talents. I mean, so far the game is going really well for the red team. They have taken a good lead in the early stages, in the middle of the game, at the early mid-game. There were a couple of moments, but they are, generally speaking, way ahead right now. But of course, it's still Towers of Doom and need to be careful here, especially with the level 13 talents now in, and us looking at Violent Reaction for Stukov. There's always comeback potential, and once they fight on even talents, they could definitely make a play here. But it's a triple altar phase, and this one could hurt a lot. Even just channeling 2 of the altars would now take 10 points of Team Celeb Gaming's core. And that's an issue. So, yeah, likely to even exchange topside, and then at the bottom of the map, an easy channel for LMS. There's a couple of pumpkins that still make it through here. And even the Hyperion is being used for this. Blessed Shield is out as well. They're really trying to escort them in, and all 3 shots are fired, but Jimmy is down. Yeah, there's the channel on the other hand from Lucio. He gets the 5 shots confirmed. Up at the top, we have the battle between Malthael and Urel. That could become problematic. And they are already down to 16 points against 24. Urel still on the run, and keep the last rights in mind. But they still need to channel this one, and that's what Malthel is currently trying to do. Stukov is attempting to sneak over, but they don't sniff him out just yet. Urel can't make it either, and that's another 5 shots. So in total it was 10 shots against 3, and that brings us to 11 points against 21. Significant advantage now for last minute sweep. But the chance to reconvert the bottom bell tower, maybe, if they get access here. Doesn't work out that way. Carbon on his Maiev is doing quite well. Also dodges the damage here. Nicely done. Immediately jumping out with the Vault of the Wardens as Diablo is starting to threaten him. Leon Black in this case. No luck with the engage. But now that they're all down at the bottom of the map, that's the conversion on the bell tower. And with that, they might be able to take some control back in this game. They need to. 16 talents on both sides now. Malthil, of course, has also 13, the inevitable end. Don't forget about that. Good against the ECC. Yes, the Blessed Shield is in. Follow up, a little bit weak at this point. There's not a lot of heroics able that they can use right now. Bit of an early sound barrier, to be honest. Not quite sure if that one was really needed. So that sound barrier seemed a little bit wild. There wasn't really a threat there, and Diablo and his boys didn't really engage, so that was a little bit odd. But still, at this point, the blue team just waits it out and then tries to re-engage shortly after. So a lot of the heroic abilities are now down on the side of the red team. Top side, that's also where we currently have Malthael still trying to take another camp, but at the bottom of the map, that's where the real fight starts. Even going for the Hyperion here to clear the camp. I mean, they are quite... They have a pretty... I don't know. Like, they're a little bit trigger happy on the R button, I think. That's an engage. That's a combo. That's potentially a kill. And yep, down goes Lucio. That's where we go. That's value out of that right away. And they nearly get a follow-up against Johanna. Didn't quite work out. But yeah, the red team is a little bit too free with their R buttons, I think. And now they're losing bot lane control. And as I said before, this is a late game map. If you can dominate the late game, you take it. They might be down to 11 points on the core, but they're now ahead in experience, and they're also ahead in altars that allows them to, in bell towers that allows them to get the channel. There's another 2 pumpkins that make it through, and all of a sudden we're looking at 11 against 13. Bam! Just like this. Just like this. Easy peasy setup here for the 2 teams. And now it's becoming a lot closer than last minute sweep probably was hoping for. That being said, they're called last minute sweep, so they're not called, hey, we dominate the game from the early stages. They want to come in sweeping at the end of the game, and for that you have to fall behind first. So you could also argue that this is just a typical mid-game throw to make it a little bit more interesting, and then sweep in at the last minute of the game in order to make it a little bit more exciting. So I appreciate that. I mean, for our viewers that's also fantastic. If they can do that on the other hand, that's a different question. But at this point they're sweeping in at the top lane, and in the attempt to get something done here, Vespertine is not as impressed as he probably should have been, but a quick R button denied the entire gank. The bot lane control has never been taken back though, so level 20 talents, that could be a problem. Once they have their storm talents, that is. Woo, the wolf is a little bit in danger. Big bad wolf already on the run here. Stukov is spreading the coronavirus everywhere, as you can see. I just see green the entire time. Pathogen, pathogen, pathogen. Carbon also now coming in. There's the lurking arm already on the ground. And yep, that's Storm Talents. And that's another altar spawning in just a second. That is going to put one of the 2 teams into the single digits. Question is just which one. With the level 20 talents, we have the Lord of Terror for Diablo. Trying to get his reputation back here. Also Repulsion. Shots are being fired again. Lucio is trying to get access to the middle. There's already a channel as Urel is moving in. Space Goat gets interrupted, but Lucio needs to be a bit careful. If he takes it too far in, he's going to get punished for it. Malthael is moving through, but the 5 shots are already fired, and bam, that's 8 points on the core. Alright. Rotation bot side now with level 20 in their hands too, so they're definitely going to try and take that bell tower back. Hyperion even being used for that. Again, why? I mean, again, these guys are YOLOing their R buttons like the game is ending in 10 seconds. So I understand that you want to take it as quickly as you possibly can, but if your opponent is not even in sight, then I really don't think you need to go for that. So 4 shots fired against them. That brings them down to 4 points against 11. But Hyperion is down for another 70 seconds, and honestly, that could become a problem. That next fight could start at any point. With Repulsion on the other side, plus also the Diablo engage, there's definitely a solid chance that we're going to see a fight start. So we'll see how this is going to pan out. I mean, let's look at the damage for just a second. We have 45,000 for Jimmy, 44,000 for Greymoin, so the two are literally going neck to neck with this. But yeah, 33,000 for Malthael isn't too bad either. 43,000 for Li Ming. And Malthael is sitting with the team now. Kinda has to. I mean, at this point, any kind of engage could signify the end of the game. Boss has been removed as a point, but there's a double altar on the map now. So, more or less, you win the fight, you win the game. Roughly. Problem, of course, is that on Celeb's side, there's 11 points on the core, so they're significantly ahead right now. And a lot safer. Both of those altars would only drop 8 points low. But if you win the fight and boss, boss is 340, okay. That's not going to be a threat. For Celeb, this is a pretty solid situation to be in right now. For the red team, it's a disaster because they have to fight for this one and they have to go deep. Hyperion came back just in time, well timed. No fight before means that he has time to get it back. And we already have him jump in. But there's the Blessed Shield. There's the setup. Cage on the ground. Diablo with the Apocalypse. And Lucio with the ult as well. Gets the sound barrier through. The Lord of Terror already used to. Tiger JK looking for the reset. Doesn't find it so far. Urel with the R button. Hitting it hard. Wall stun by Leon Black. Leon gets attacked. Leo's down. Leo is down. Last rights gets connected. And he's eliminated. Had the souls is going to come back. But the Lord of Terror, definitely a bit of a kitten at this point. Doesn't have too many many hit points after losing out on all of the souls. Malthael on the right side of the map is already channeling through altar number 1, is definitely going to get it, but they need to fight for the one on the left, and there's already Destructible on Lucio jumping into the backline, trying to make sure that the channel doesn't go through. Successful at that. Malthael with another 28 seconds on the ult. Hebi also been in trouble on his Stukov. Flyest Raven trying to get out. Wall stun, and the tower with a kill. Clutch, baby. But Tiger JK, he wants the reset. He doesn't get it, but it's a 5 versus 4 in their favor for a few more seconds. Malthael, of course, with the no one can stop death. But Jimmy is down. Malthael isn't here yet. The counter kill against Stukov. Holy shit, this game is everywhere right now. My F is down 2. Li Ming falls. It's a 3 versus 3 at this point. The game is going down to the wire here. They're fighting for every inch of the map at this point. They're trying to go straight up for Malthael again. He has his ult back up. Not using it right now. Could definitely do it though. There's 2 targets. Pick one, dude. Hit that R button. They get the kill against Urel. Malthael with a kill. Greymane still doing damage. 3 versus 2. Morka! Oh, he's dead. And they go for Leon. Full 5-man team wipe, ladies. They wipe him off the face of the map, and what a fight. Holy fucking shit. I mean, damn. They absolutely crushed here. What a battle. What an unbelievable battle. And they go for the channel. They don't go for one of the bell towers. They just don't have the time. And that will take another 4 points off the blue team's core, dropping it down to 3 points. 3 against 4. That's what we're looking at right now. Boss is gonna be up in another minute, I want to say. Minute and 14. And they're starting to go for the camps here now as well. Holy cow. I mean, damn. That fight was just insane. And here we go. The teams are getting ready to push through the bot lane. The red team in particular. They have 5 heroes back up on the map. They have another couple of seconds to get some control here. And all they want to do now is take that bell tower. Keep a few of those pumpkins alive. A sneaky kill would of course be neat as well, because it would mean that they are actually getting something in regards to staggered deaths. But Destructible was even forced to use his ult. I mean, it's not like the cooldown is high by any means. He went on his 20, so cooldown is pretty low right now. We'll have that back in just a few seconds. There's the conversion on the bell tower. Not that it matters too much. Blessed Shield misses, but so did the Apocalypse. There's the ult from Jimmy as they're trying to go in again, and everybody is just going full on for the battle here with a kill against Johanna. And that's a nice start. The last rights kill for Malthael, though. And he is looking pretty here. Cooldown reduced to 40 seconds by now, thanks to the stacks that he already got. Is sitting at 4 at this point. Vespertine is on the run. Flyest Raven is looking for a bit more extra damage. And Greymane is now rotating through too. And that altar spawns at the worst possible position for the blue team. Spawns all the way up at the down at the bottom. They know that they have a tough time there, so instead they go up to the top to fight for the boss, and Johanna is not here. Johanna is not in the game, and Malthael needs another 10 seconds to get his ult back. Hebi already with a big boy shove, farts all the way to the back. This is trouble. Shove after shove, and there we go. Who gets it? Malthael is down, and the blue team, they win it. They come in, they fire the shots, and that's a last minute victory here for Celeb Gaming in game number 1 of the winner bracket final here at Division S Season 2 playoffs in North America. GG and well played. Game number 2, ladies. Let's go. Celeb Game against Last Minute Sweep, the winner bracket final of the playoffs in North America. The winner of this one is going to move on to the grand final, and the loser will drop down into the lower brackets to try and, of course, battle their way to the lower bracket to get a rematch then in the grand final and maybe claim themselves the title of being the Season 2 champion. But we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. We are on map number 2 in this best of 5 series here at the winner bracket final, and it is Dragonshire. On the left side, Vespertine on Chen, Hebi again on Stukov, Mokka on Greymane, Leon Black on Diablo, and Tiger JK on Maiev. I've seen parts of this composition here. Farts on Thrall for the red team. Flyest Raven is going to fly on Zeratul again. Nintori on ETC. Carbon on Jaina. And Destructible on Whitemane. And the composition brings us immediately back to the differences between the North American and the European meta, as I've now highlighted multiple times. we're actually in a situation where very likely we'll see the Void Prison, especially with Jaina. A Void Prison and Ring of Frost combo is possible here on the North American side. Whereas in Europe, even if you have Zeratul and Jaina, most of the European teams, especially the ones at the top, don't even bother with Ring of Frost and Void Prison anymore, but it's all about Might of the Nerazim on the level 10 for Zeratul, and him just absolutely demolishing the opponent's backline. Tai and Dainu come to mind, and those two are just insane, and one of the main reasons why we're seeing a ton of Zeratul bans in the European scene. As it stands, Echo of Elements for Thrall, these days you have to highlight that, because not only is the Trash Lightning sometimes a valid option, albeit not on this particular map, but you can also go for the Trolling Thunder if he is part of the one-on-one lane, which in this case is actually happening. So Fart's going up against the Panda up at the top. I guess that Rexar was, as usual, banned on this map. The King of Dragonshire, still a bit too powerful with his top lane control for any team to let him through. And, well, let's see. Okay, at this point, what else do we get? Habi and his boys are already looking down at the bottom of the map. There's another slide. Who gets first blood in this second game? Right now, there's our level 1 for Dibbles going into the Soul Shield. Yeah, Leon playing the exact same hero he played on the last map, trying to go straight for a little bit of beefier as he starts to attack ETC, with Thrall and Zeratul now situated at the top lane. Chen doesn't really have a chance to do anything about this, but we could end up with 2 shrines in the hands of the red team. They obviously want to come back into this and take the second map before we're heading into game number 3. Stukov with the lurking arm here once again, and yeah, tether attempt. Wall of the Wardens is already through. Camp is still alive. Double connect on the altar. Leon is trying to hold it. Maiev is moving into the middle, and actually she's not the only one. Zeratul gets denied, and guys, that's a Dragonite. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, and Celeb Gaming comes in with a Dragonite, hammers Zeratul away here a little bit, and holy shit, that was a sneaky one. Very early in the game, so it's unlikely that it's going to do a ton of damage, but it will do some damage, and especially when played safely, you can keep the Dragonite in play for the full duration and then just use the Fire Breath to take those minion waves down. Definitely is going to attack, attract a little bit more attention from the opponent's team, which gives you freedom, as we now see at the bottom of the map, to maybe take this wall down too. So 0 kills so far, but the Dragonite is in. They broke the wall in the middle and now rotate towards the top. Zeratul is currently begging for an ass kissing, but we have also Chen taking out over here. By the way, that was supposed to be ass kicking. I don't know where the kissing came from, but there's the kick that we were talking about. Maybe he was threatening an ass kissing, and Zeratul, he's not that type. You know, he said like, nope, I'd rather commit Sudoku. Whatever the reason was, Zeratul just fought the Dragonite long enough that a kick could take him down. Probably thought that he could just simply blink away, which wasn't the case, as you could see. Going full into a cleave build, and yeah, that's kill for a kill. A little bit ahead now too. And at the bottom of the map, no. That could be a kill. That will be a kill. White Mane. Nope. Eliminate. I've never seen this before. 0-3? Okay, so apparently we have someone with a lot of confidence here. He's like, boys, we're 1-0 ahead already and you're not going to take a single map there. Leon coming in with a bold statement, saying immediately, yeah, I mean, he's showing confidence. He's showing confidence. He's dropping his pants and peeing on the map. Just say, yeah, just pee on it. Just show dominance right there. Okay, so Leon Black, and please die. It would have been fantastic if he just like goes for the cocky spray and then a second later he actually dies. That would be absolutely awesome. So yeah, brutal spray right here. With that said, we also now have Seeker in the dark on level 7 for Zeratul. The camp that was claimed at the bottom of the map is being used to put pressure onto the fountain. I mean, generally speaking, blue team is doing really well. You just look at the gap in experience, they're level ahead, they are going from camp to camp on the map now. And with an early level 10 talent, they might even be able to lock themselves another Dragonite in. So they are doing exceptionally well here. Now, level 10 will very likely, as I said, give the Wombo combo for the North American team on the right. But if that's going to be enough to break through all of this, that's a different question. They're already stealing the camp down here away too, so they're painting the entire map blue if you're looking at it. yeah, bot lane control is pretty much lost to last minute sweep already. And thanks to the Siege Giants now moving through on every level, it seems like the fort is going to take some damage as well. The fountain, as I said, has already been destroyed. So therefore the loss of the control compared to the opponent. Walls have been taken down, less vision granted. This is not an easy game. There's level 10 now. Lightning Breath this time, and there we go. How do you want your white main? Well done, please. Yes, there we go. The ETC, how do you want your beef? Yeah, well done too. Okay, so 2 more kills and a fort eliminated. They are hammering them in the ground. Celeb Gaming, turns out they identify as a hammer, and unfortunately for last minute sweep, they seem to identify as a nail. So that's a pretty quick kill right there. 4 against 1. Level 10 still in. And yes, they need the heroic abilities. And now that we're having some top keg plays at the top, it seems like another Dragonite is inevitable. Chen is sticking around for a bit longer. Might have to sacrifice himself. But the Dragonite is already down at the bottom of the map. And Chen survives. The problem is that the red team has sent them in some reinforcements that they actually might also lose now. That shoved into anything, but Thrall is already down. And as ETC is trying to escape, Diablo has a chance to knock him into the wall. Does exactly that. The body blocks are in too. If he doesn't get his cooldown back, he's in trouble. But he's still able to walk away. The problem with all of this is that the Dragonite in the meantime is still fighting it out with Zeratul. Apparently Flyest Raven hasn't learned his lesson yet after the last engage between the two of them. Keeps, of course, the blink cooldown still ready, but if he moves out a bit too fast, that could be another ass kicking. Yeah, close call, my friend, close call. Mid lane pressure is already coming through, and off we go. Big lead. Big lead in this game. 5 kills against 1. There's the VP. No Ring of Frost, by the way. Water Elemental. But maybe a mosh pit. Party time. And bam. Immediately interrupted with a kick. Hebe's fighting it out with Flyest Raven. Might even die for this. Damn, he gets a kill against Stukov. That's at least something. But I think he's going to be kecked. He's going to be kecked, guys. No, White Mane saved him. White Mane saving Zeratul before he gets top kecked right there. And it was definitely a top shelf play for our little brawler. Now the kill against Maiev, on the other hand, gives a bit more momentum for the red team, so they're trying to fight back into this, and this is exactly the way to do it. Get a couple of kills, get that underdog bonus, and grab it. Panda is down 2 at some point, just resigning himself to his fate and moving into the 5-man, saying like, alright boys, get it over with. But another camp is now taken over here. So at this point, we have 17,000 damage on Jaina. Top damage in the game, by the way. Not even Greymane can hold a candle to this. He's only sitting at 16,000, so an entire 1,000 points behind all of that. 0 deaths so far for Diablo on for Greymane. Jaina hasn't died yet either. It's a bit of a trap play right here. They're going for the camp, and ETC is threatening the slide. And Maiev should be able to jump out, tries it immediately, moves out, Flyest Raven coming in, Water Elemental is also being dropped immediately as this fight starts, but Thrall is already down, he's eliminated, and it seems like Zeratul, the save, maybe, White Mane. Yeah, but on the left side, ETC gets wrecked. And this down here isn't over yet either, because Destructible might still be in trouble. Yeah, gets attacked. Tiger JK trying to go for the tether. They want to get the kill against at least Jaina after they couldn't get White Mane. And Jaina's in trouble. Jaina is down, and so is Zeratul. Another double kill. It's a triple kill, actually. And they're starting to break through the bottom of the map. A lot of momentum right now. Celeb Gaming definitely crushing it here after they took the early lead in this best of 5 series. They're now way ahead in game number 2 as well. Top lane has to be dealt with too, since the entire camp is pushing in and already destroying the wall. Thrall is the one trying to get the experience, so they at least have level 13. But at the bottom of the map, they can't do anything. They're just sitting there looking at it and watching the entire destruction unfold right in front of them, because there's nothing they can do without the entire team on the map, and with them also at a talent disadvantage. So it comes down to another Dragonite potentially. Problematic is of course the fact that at the bottom another camp is already taken that will push straight towards the core. That's a 2-level lead we're talking about now. It's at least even talents for now, but the question is how long is that gonna last? There's the top keg play again. He's just trying to get the control, but this time he is not going to be able to get it. ETC, do we see the mosh pit? And the answer is no. No mosh pit, didn't believe in the kill, and lets it slide. Bot lane is aggressively getting pushed. 2 camps are moving through. Someone has to go back and deal with this. I mean, it's early in the game, it's 10 minutes in, so it shouldn't really destroy the core, but it might actually damage it. No! The fail prison. Alright, the interrupt on the ETC's mosh pit attempt over here too, but that void prison didn't do anything. That doesn't imprison anybody, bro. So Flyest Raven hoping for the setup, couldn't get it. Leon Black is still alive. Down at the bottom of the map, as already mentioned, there's a double catapult. There's also Siege Giants. The core is down to 90%. And as we have the first few heroes moving back to deal with it, that also leaves the middle open. Kill against Whitemane, as Zeratul at least takes control. So there is, for now, no Dragon Knight, but 88% on the core. And level 16 talents, as Thrall gets eliminated over here. That leaves only 3 heroes for the defense. And they're starting to move in with another catapult, trying to take down the core. And I think they definitely have what they need in order to make it happen. 16 talents in their hands, catapults to back them up, as an attempt by ETC to create some space and time for the rest of the team to revive, but it's not happening. This is a 2-0 lead in the winner bracket final for Celeb Gaming. Nicely done as they take the second win against Last Minute Sweep on Dragonshire. Game number 3. Let's go, boys. Okay, Last Minute Sweep's plan is shaping up nicely. They threw 2 games. They didn't, but they lost them. And now they can go in for the last minute reverse sweep right here. The master plan is evolving beautifully well. And now that we are in game number 3, let's look on the left side. The team in blue with the 2-0 lead. Leon Black on the main tank, Deathwing. We saw it already once in North America. Now we see it again. Deathwing making it through the draft here and actually being played in the main tank role. Tiger JK on Jaina. Mokka again on Greyme. Hebi on Stukov. Like, I've seen these combos before. And Vespertine on Urel. They definitely have a couple of core heroes over here, don't they? On the right side, we have the red team with Alex Straza, played by Destructible. Farts on Mephisto. Flyest Raven is going to fly away on Leoric. Carbon on Tychus. And Nintori on the other guy. Mephisto, exactly. Arthas? One of the two. Arthas, exactly. And again, the chicken skin. Honestly, at some point, I'm going to veto games where Deathwing players use the chicken skin. He looks like a plucked chicken. I mean, why would you do that? Why? Please, give me a reason. Why? Just look at this shit. Is that terrifying? No. That makes you... honestly, every single time I see this, I want to go to McDonald's and get a couple of, like, chicken McNuggets or get some chicken wings somewhere. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm getting hungry. This is not how you really... this is not how you motivate a caster, ladies. That's not how you do it. 2 kills against 0, and that's not off to a good start for Last Minute Sweep. I mean, they're apparently really waiting for the last minute here, because at least in the early game, losing 2 heroes right away is not what you call a glorious start into the game. Rhyme on level 1 now for Arthas as a main tank. Yeah, an A is a bit weird. These Arthas main tank games, we've seen them now a few times. Europe, if you see Arthas at all, you see him in a side lane position. The same is, by the way, true for Deathwing. But an A is an A. They have their own style and they're running with it. Space Goat is also in the game here. Middle of the map. Leo is already going straight up for the drains. I mean, Leo on this map is even getting banned in Europe a lot these days. Just because he's so incredibly powerful, not only in the lane control between mid and top, but then also when it comes to wave clear on the shrine. In addition to that, Deathwing straight in. Yeah, no fucks given, my friend. Deathwing just going straight in at the beginning of the fight. Is like 1v3. Bring it, baby. Bring it. Let's go. 4 kills against 3. 4 against 3 on the levels. 2 kills against 0. And Flyest Raven pushing through the middle of the map against Urel. Alrighty, so camps are taken. We're currently 2 minutes in, so we already have 2 camps taken by the blue team, and they are really quick on going for the Shaman camp now. The first shrine activating at the bottom of the map, so I think they're going to delay this and take it later. Would be heavily surprised if they take it now. And Kalami is surprised. They take the camp right away, so now that the shrine is activating, there's still a good chance for the red team to actually defend the Shaman and then take their own camp on the right side. So, not a fan of that timing. Not really a big fan here. I mean, I gotta admit that the red team could be a little bit more aggressive with just taking their camp and pushing the other one out. They're running out of time a little bit, so if they still want to go through the top, then that's the thing. But yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty decent position now that the camp is pushing through. They can still move down to the bottom of the map, so it's time for the shrine to be activated. And over here, the chicken has already made it straight onto the spot, and they take the lead. Apparently, the red team is going to let this go. I mean, they're pretty late on the engage. Yes, you have Alexstrasza with the Dragon Queen, but they are giving them a lot of free stacks here. We're looking at 23 already. That is a ton. So Alexstrasza can always pop the Dragon Queen in order to secure at least a few. That's going to be spicy no matter what. There's already Jimmy, Tigers coming in again. The bigger they are for him, I'm at least glad about that. And they're trying to go for Vespertine at this point, but Urel, of course, can just always hop out. Very few heroes are so annoying to play against as the Space Goat is. I mean, there's a couple, but the Space Goat is definitely right there with them. Yeah, there's another jump, and that's exactly what I mean. Farts is going to die, and that's a kill against Mephisto. That makes it 3 kills against 0 as the Mortar Punisher gets taken. Leo is already ghosting out, and they have to get behind that gate quickly. For a moment I was a bit worried that that Punisher stun would be procced in front of the gate, which isn't the case here. And here we go. Mortar Punisher still in front of the gate, by the way. No vision granted, so there was no bait over it. They're gonna lose the fort here. They're actually gonna lose the fort now. 3 kills against 0 and losing the fort this quickly. Ooh boy, that is a spicy start into all of this. This isn't looking too good. Fort is down, and they even get some damage done in the middle of the map. Deathwing is coming in too. Molten Flame, just burning the entire thing down. Arthas, by the way, with the Icy Talons on level 4, and then Rune Tap on level 7, which got actually buffed a little bit. It's interesting to see that, though. Normally when you talk about Arthas as a main tank in particular, you want to have him in a more tanking position. The build that he uses now is more so a brawler style that you would expect on an offlane tank instead of having him in the main tank position here. We'll see how that works out. I mean, Icebound Fortitude is lost because of that, which means that especially the Greymane Jaina combo could really take Arthas down pretty quickly if they get the combo connected properly. So Arthas is actually in danger of being blown up in these fights now, which is something that you usually don't see. Kind of need to check that out. But top side, yep, there's already Tiger JK moving through the lane, trying to push that out. Bottom of the map, it's all about the camps again. And I keep harping on these camps, but the blue team is taking one after another. This is the second time that they got 2 camps at the bottom of the map. Level 10 is close. Honestly, if they want to fight for this one, they can. I mean, level 10 is so clutch that they're definitely going to win this one. Yeah, they want to force the fight too. Camp is taken. Could actually provide some vision. They're a bit late on this. But yeah, Arthas gets attacked right away. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Arthas is down. Level 10 abilities are being used. And honestly, they are getting absolutely murdered here right now. Oh, the jump kill. Yep. That's exactly that. Flattened like a pancake, baby. So now 5 kills against 0. And this is dominant. This is pretty dominant what we're looking at now. Level 10 abilities are still missing, and guys, they're opening up the wall at the keep. We are 6 minutes into this game. It's like, I really don't know what's happening here. It's like stealing a pacifier from a baby. That's pretty much what's happening at this point. Now level 10 is back, and maybe that baby is going to grow some teeth, but if they don't grow those teeth quickly, then the red team is going to be in tons of trouble. Next objective spawns topside, and they're already attempting to take that fountain down to give themselves an even bigger lead. And they take another kill. I mean, can't stop, won't stop. What's happening here? The big shove against Mephisto, but the fight is still raging on. And this is just horrifying. I mean, last minute, this is the winner bracket final. Keep that in mind. Celeb Gaming is crushing here. I mean, they are crushing. They're absolutely destroying their opponent. I mean, it's not even close. They make it look like a quick match. Tiger JK, finally there's a kill. Reported for feeding, by the way. So now with 7 kills against 1, maybe a chance. Deadwing confirmed, and here we go. Alexstrasza showing some dominance as the real dragon in the game, apparently. But there's the ticket back into it. Get a couple of kills, get it around the shrine, and then try and grab the objective. So maybe we have a shot after all here. Maybe they got a chance. So let's have a look at this. Down to the bottom of the map, catapults are already starting to push in and trying to get them value here too. Top side, Shrine is activating and Leo is on the way, trying to make his play here. Yeah, but nobody deals with this. Like, seriously? I mean, I know we're 8 minutes in, so it's not like this thing is going to hurt too much, but guys, it's still a keep that gets attacked, and it's a catapult after all, so you give it too much time, and that keep is down. Even if it's just low, it's an invitation to move through the bot lane later on. Here comes the attack, and the insta-kill against Mephisto. Alexstrasza's also kissing her life goodbye, and it looks like a cleanup job right here. Yeah, Leo, the janitor, he was trying to take out the trash, and then he himself was murdered. So that's now 3 heroes down. Again, the bottom keep has taken damage. The top fort is already annihilated, and they are just marching through the top lane. Arthas even went into Syndragosa, by the way. Not quite sure if he caught that in the last fight, but that, of course, shrinks his survivability even more, which makes this level 7 choice more and more questionable. Despite the fact that the talent got buffed, still, Iceborne Fortitude is pretty fantastic for a reason. But if you also play without the army, then your survivability is just pretty low right there. So despite the buffs, still a bit questionable. As a side laner, yeah, why not? As a main tank, not so sure. So the big push through the top. Frozen Punisher is sitting there, and they're going to try and get another kill in, and they do. Leo activating the trade value again, all intentional of course, but that also means that the Punisher jump is now on cooldown, so I have zero idea what that was. Proccing the Punisher jump in front of the gate. I mean, if they want to lose a little bit quicker, they can hit the surrender, but okay, forget me done, we're not playing League of Legends here, my bad. But yeah, this is... I mean, there's a couple of decisions that are being made that are honestly just atrocious, I'm sorry to say. But Mephisto is down. Pretty much they resigned to their fate, or at least it's what it seems like. Syndragosa already came out here, but there's the attack against the keep, and this is looking pretty solid. I'm not quite sure if they're going to get it. Leo is dead again. I mean, he died 6 times already. Oh, sorry, that's Mephisto. Leo died 5 times. Are you seriously not taking the keep? Like, for real now? It has no hit points left and you guys kill 2 heroes and you don't take the keep? Wait, what? Okay. Alright. Like... Huh? What is happening here? It's a 5 versus 3, and yes, I understand you're running low on mana a little bit, but still, 5 versus 3. And you can just drop 2 abilities and that thing is gone, so I don't quite know. Alright, but let's see. I guess at the end of the day, we're going to see Deathwing take care of it. I mean, the camps are already here in the middle of the map, so we're going to keep our eye on the minimap while the camps are pushing through. But still, that could have been a little bit easier, and they are missing a couple of catapult spawns no matter when they are going to snipe this. So that was definitely not necessary. 5 versus 3, good shape, you have long distance abilities, you could have definitely waited those 5 seconds that you needed in order to take this down, so a bit of a weird one. But anyways, they're dominating here of course, and yeah, there's a life binder, keep at the bottom of the map is down, and they get also of course even more value now. Could in theory even try and go for the core, I doubt that they do that. Syndragosa, there's a slowdown, Urel actually gets locked down. Mephisto is dead already though, and heroes just keep dying at this point. Alexstrasza is dead too. Carbon is about to get eliminated, and with 3 heroes down, this is gonna be a move straight. 4 heroes down. Guys, this is gonna be a 5-man wipe, isn't it? Leo! There it is. 5-man wipe, and they go straight in for the core. This is game, ladies and gentlemen. A 3-0 victory as Celeb Gaming moves on to the grand final. And last minute sweep drops down into the losers bracket. GG, well played, and a great performance here by the blue team. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.